said, little bitch, you can fuck with me.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be a bit over the place. As you can tell by the title of the video, this is a story time, and I'll be talking about the first time I got attacked, jumped, or whatever you want to call it in again. Yeah, I don't know, like I want, like a lot of people have been asking me to do story times and whatnot, and I want my story times to be like not educational per se, but I want people to like learn a lesson from my story times. Yeah, I just want there to be like a reason behind, not just, I know it's entertaining and whatnot, but I want it to be more than that. So I felt like telling this story, other young gay people could learn from the situation. So yeah, that's why I decided to do the story time. And yeah, so I believe this happened last year during Pride, so it was like a year ago. And me and Junior went to a club called Scala in King's Cross, and this was during Pride, so we went to the main event of Pride, and then afterwards we went home, got changed, and then went to this club in Scala. And in this club there was a lot of people, and it was a good night, a lot of familiar faces, because I'm in the black gay community. Like, there's just so many, like, there's not so many of us, so there's a lot of familiar faces. And whilst I was there, so my ex-boyfriend's current boyfriend was there. And before like I go into like the whole situation of like how I got hit and blah blah blah, I just want to give like a background story of my ex-boyfriend, current boyfriend, and me's friendship. So my ex-boyfriend's current boyfriend, before he got with my ex-boyfriend, we were not friends or anything. Could I say we was acquaintances? I couldn't even say that we was acquaintances, to be honest, and that's no shade or nothing like that. But we just knew each other, we followed each other on Instagram. If I saw him out in person, we'd probably say hi and bye, and that was probably about it. So he was there, and yeah. So yeah, he was with my ex-boyfriend, and prior to all this happening, me and him got into sort of an altercation where this was like months before Pride, and me seeing him in Scala. I'm so sorry if this is so jumbled up, but my life is really like that. So this is prior to me seeing him in Scala, so like 2 months before, I think. And before 2 months before I'd seen him in Scala, so I had gone out and I wore makeup that day, and he was there, he saw me, we said hello to each other, and that was that. So the next day, he was on his Snapchat, and he had on like the filter of like the drag queen wearing makeup or whatever, and his caption, his thing was, "I can be a sexy tranny too." And take it however you want it. Me personally, I thought he was talking about me. I don't care what anyone has to say, that's how I judged it, and right or wrong, that's how I judged it. I mean, like, that's what happened now. So like listening to this story, what you can learn is never jump to conclusions, maybe. So anyway, so that's how I judged it, and this was like a year ago. Was it a year? I'm kind of tempted to say it was 2 years ago, because a year ago, 19, I don't think I would have done that if I was 19, to be honest. I think it happened 2 years ago, and I was 18. So when I saw that, I was so angry. I thought he was just talking about me, and I went on this big rant, and I was stating names. I was just like, so like I said before my camera cut off again, I just went on a big one on his Snapchat, and he had me on Snapchat. Obviously he had me on Snapchat because that's where he snapped, blah blah. But I went on a big one on Snapchat, and I was just like, yeah, I just can't wait for you and him to be, you and that, this, okay, I can't wait for, I'm gonna call him Patrick. My ex-boyfriend's gonna be Patrick, and he's gonna be called Azalea. I just can't wait for you and Azalea to be over, for you to just calm down, because I don't know, when bitches get into relationships, they just, but that's a whole nother different story. I was just like, I just can't wait for you guys to be, I was just stating names, I was really pissed. I can't remember half the things I said, because when I get angry I just say a lot of bullshit. So I did that, and then he must have, what do you call it, he private messaged me and he was just like, oh, where do you want to meet and fight, whatever. And yeah, we kind of just squashed it because he at the end of the day he didn't want to admit that he was talking about me, and if he's saying he's not talking about me, there's nothing I can do, right? If anything, if he wanted to say, he could just say he was talking about me, and then we could have, you know, did what we had to do. So he was just like, he was not talking about me, this and other, and he just got my ex-boyfriend to like send me like a bunch of like snaps saying that, oh, he's not talking about you because I didn't even know you had your own snap, blah 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 blah. I was just like, okay, alright, cool, if you're not talking about me, cool, let's just, I even said sorry because I was just, because he's saying he's not talking about me, so I was just like, sorry, I got a bit, you know, a bit carried away or whatever. So yeah, I got a bit carried away, and I said, well, yeah. So I just said sorry, we squashed it, so it was cool. Like, what? Yeah, it was just cool, we squashed it or whatever, so that was that done. So let's fast forward back to the club now. I see him in the club, and for the whole night, this nigga has been trying to catch my attention, rolling his eyes and doing the most and just walking by me every single second. I see him and I even just nod my head. I'm just like, yeah, you cool? Like, I just nod. No, he just rolls his eyes at me, and I'm just like, I don't even know what I've done. I thought we was cool, but presumably we're not. Whatever, I don't care, because like I said, I can't even call you an acquaintance, so it was whatever. So me and Gina just standing there, like, just dancing, because like, yeah, we were just dancing because that's what we do. We was happy with, it was just like normal. All I see out of the blue, all I see, this figure is just standing there and he's just talking, and he's like, what's your problem with me? What's your problem with me? What's your problem with me? This and other. And I'm like, first of all, it's so dark I couldn't even see who it was until like I looked properly, and I was like, it's you. Just turn around, I was like, I don't have a problem with you. All I see is that he swung, poof, and got me on my mouth here. Before I could even get a hand in, Junior and some other guys had already broken up. I was so pissed off. I was like, oh my god. But then I was obviously grateful for Gino for breaking up so quickly, because, you know, it could have been bad or whatever, but I was really pissed off. I was just like, oh, I didn't even get a chance to swing or whatever. So yeah, he swung at me and he hit me and he busted my lip. I'll insert a picture here if I can find one. And yeah, after that, like, I'm okay with like his friends. So his friends came up to me and was like, and they were even answering me like we heard this whole Snapchat situation and you guys thought it was cool, blah blah blah. And then why is his friend telling me, yeah, that the reason why, oh shit, I just said his fucking name. The reason why, I'm gonna blur it out. The reason why this guy came to hit me is because apparently I am jealous because he's with my ex-boyfriend. Me and Junior were just on the floor, because in all honesty, that never crossed my mind. Never ever crossed my mind. Because in all honestly,
JEOnTheButtons.
that's your own problem, that's your own palaver. You go deal with it. So I really honestly didn't care. So when I heard that, it was kind of like, so you hit me over a boy. Seriously. I was just done. I was like, I just don't have time for this. Just removed him off everything. Just didn't have time to know bullshit like that. So yeah, that's what happened really. And the morals I feel like we can learn from the story, guys, is one, don't jump into conclusions, because if I did jump into conclusions in the first place, me and him will probably be cool, and you know, we'll probably all still be fine. But then what happened, and I can't change it, and that's why I'm here to tell you this story. So I think the first thing is don't obviously jump into conclusions. Don't have toxic people around you, I should say. Not toxic per se, but like someone who's dating your ex. Don't have them on social media, I should say that, because like it can just cause like little altercations which shouldn't happen. Don't fight over boys. Never, ever, 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 ever fight over a boy. Do you know why I even want to make emphasis of never, why you should never ever fight over boys, especially for my gay boys, because every time I be in the club, I see like there's always like fights somewhere, but I like to like analyse things and like how things happen. Like the other time me and Julia was in Beauticians, like there was a fight of these two really beautiful, I'm not even into light skin boys, but these two light skin boys were so beautiful and they were fighting each other over some next raggedy boy. Like I was thinking to myself, like, you guys are so freaking beautiful, like you really don't have to do this. Like I don't even know, some people just need to like realise like the true worth and like find something better to do than fighting over a boy. Like you're there fighting over a boy. You got kicked out the club, the boy came back in the club laughing and flirting with somebody else. So I don't even know, but that yeah, just never ever fight over a boy. This is for my boys and my girls. So yeah, on that note, I'd like to like conclude the video because I feel like I'm just rambling on too much. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.